Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. I have something very special for you guys today. Very special. One of our subscribers started a Substack, and his first editorial was posted on Twitter yesterday. And basically, I can't tell you who he is. He studied. He basically worked for a company. Let me first say this: that he cannot allow himself to be compromised. Uh, an incredible intellect. This young man. He's a giant amongst men, and because of the position he have with that particular company, he does not want to be mentioned. However, in the comment section, I'm going to put a link to the Twitter feed, and I highly recommend you guys follow him. He's a neo bull through and through. And some of the companies that I gave to him, he went and did extensive research on them. But this is his first editorial piece. He says, China's rise. 10 facts that redefine the global balance. The story Western media forget to tell. They conveniently forget to tell it. We now march in confident strides towards the second 100-year goal of building China into a great modern socialist country in all respects, Xi Jinping said on July 2021. For several decades, China has quietly transformed the global landscape economically, technologically, and geopolitically. While Western headlines often focus on crises and confrontation, the deeper story is one of scale, speed, and strategic ambition. From lifting hundreds of millions out of poverty to becoming the world's largest exporter and a green energy powerhouse, China's rise is not just a national success, it's a global rebalancing. This post explores 10 facts that challenge conventional narratives and reveal the magnitude of a shift the West can no longer afford to ignore. They can no longer afford to ignore it. Economic power from poverty to prosperity. Over 800 million people lifted out of extreme poverty, nearly 75% of global poverty reduction since 1980. World's largest exporter. Yes, you heard that right. China has led global exports since 2009, now accounting for around 14% of global trade. High-speed rail supremacy with 50,000 kilometers of high-speed rail. Very important when you know where to invest. Infrastructure, just like with NEO, with our battery swapping. This is how we know we will win. China's network is larger than the rest of the world combined. Yes, you heard that right. Unicorn nation. Over 280 unicorns call China home. Second only to the US, spanning AI, fintech, biotech, and mobility. Global manufacturing hub. China produces nearly 30% of the world's manufactured goods, including over 70% of EVs and around 67% of solar panels. So if you're still thinking you should invest based on patriotism and you shouldn't buy shares of NEO, think again. Education and innovation. China graduates more STEM students than any other country, nearly matching the combined output of the US, EU, and India. With this scale, the probability of innovation emerging from Chinese institutions is not just high, it's inevitable. University surge. From 0 in 2010 to 15 universities in the global top 100 today, including Tingshao, 11, and Peking University, ranked at number 25. Digital ecosystem. WeChat and TikTok, Douyin, have reshaped global communication with billions of users and cultural influencers far beyond China. Energy and geopolitics. Green energy giant. 53% of new car sales in China are electric. Let me say that again. 53% of new car sales in China are electric. compared to 10.5% in the US. China generates 41% of its electricity from low carbon sources, ahead of the US at 33% while maintaining low electricity prices at 8 cents per kilowatt hour versus 16 cents in the US. New global order. Through the Belt and Road Initiative, BRICS leadership and the digital yuan, it's pronounced when, I just found out that. I used to say yuan, but it's pronounced when, according to Rick Sanchez. China is reshaping global trade and finance. Over 150 countries have signed BRI deals. Closing thoughts. This post marked the beginning of Golden Oracle China. That's the name of his Substack, his page, guys. A platform dedicated to uncovering the overlooked value and untapped potential of the Chinese equity landscape. Untapped potential. I'm an economist and investor. He's an economist and an investor committed to bridging East and West through thoughtful, data-driven, and imaginative commentary. Over the coming weeks, months, and years, I'll explore undervaluations, why Chinese markets remain mispriced and misunderstood by global investors, why it's a huge opportunity, structural themes, the long-term growth engines China is poised to harness, from green energy and advanced manufacturing to digital infrastructure and demographic shifts. Innovation spotlight, capturing the imagination and insights behind China's cutting-edge technologies. Entrepreneurial dynamism and policy-driven transformation. Investor education, empowering readers with the knowledge and context needed to understand and act on the investment opportunities emerging from China. There are countless stories waiting to be told, stories that will surprise, challenge, and inspire. I'm excited, he says, to take you on this journey into the heart of China's transformation. Thanks for reading. Subscribe for free to receive my new posts. So I will put the link for you guys to follow him on Twitter. I will be getting his material firsthand, do videos on them, and he will be posting them on there. I highly recommend you guys follow him. Like I said, he's a giant amongst men. I can't say, like I said, what country he's from, what company he works for, so that he will become compromised. Because now in the West, if you work for certain companies and you tell the truth about what's happening in China and why it's a fertile land to invest in, catching everything at the bottom level and riding the wave up to become multi-millionaires like with NEO, you can get in serious trouble. I hope you guys found this video yet again to be informational, inspirational, and motivational. If so, guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It takes a lot of time to do these videos and the editing. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we are waking up the middle class for the first time to get a major piece of the pie from the ground level up as to how the games are played on Wall Street. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.